Okay, so I'm officially calling the meeting of the Tree Advisory Committee into order. Do we have any public input? Do we have any public speakers that are on hold there?
We do not.
Okay. So Paul, do you want to give us an update of the Capital Tree Planting Program?
Okay. Obviously, we've done a lot of planting in the fall, 230 trees as we previously discussed. Next thing we want to now start looking toward is putting together our list of locations for spring of 2023. We have quite a few already. We've received requests from the meeting that we had with Economic and Community Development back in November at the library. And those maps have been scanned into our GIS system. And we're putting those areas where we received requests together and starting to put that together. And then if the members of the committee have any other locations, we can start assembling those so that maybe February we can get into the nitty gritty of where we would actually start putting the trees. Plus, I know we have the grant, Erica, that we've got to do at Rudner Court.
Paul, those trees that you're talking about that are the result of a meeting that took place at the library, is that a TAC endeavor or is that the city of Norwalk?
Well, it's the city and it involves all of us. So it's Economic and Community Development wanted to meet with the people of the Martin Luther King Corridor Initiative to get their input and some people from South Norwalk to get their input where they'd like.
I remember that because I was at one of those multiple meetings and it didn't sound like it was something that TAC was running. So are you reporting on that as the city of Norwalk?
The city of Norwalk, and what we've done is, that kind of goes into the next item, but the budgets, we have been given money through the grants and also Economic and Community Development has money that's part of the ARPA funding that's part of the grant contracts with the two companies, also Met and Olmsted. So,
and do we get to determine where some of those trees are planted?
Yes. Yes.
Is there a certain percentage or dollar amount that we have allocated towards us, or is it, I just want to understand what our involvement and our responsibility is.
Basically, we're working with them to come up with trees wherever we can get them in the locations. So it's basically a TAC in general, trying to find locations for trees in addition to what the public said that they wanted and working together to make the planting plan come together.
Okay. I mean, I think we have lots of locations for trees. I don't think we're lacking in that. Hey, Peter, how are you? Okay, so that sounds good. So when do you need to place tree orders by?
I'd like to start placing them in April so that we can plant in the end of April, May, those kind of time periods. So if we could try and come up with a detailed list in February, that would be helpful.
So,
that's next week.
I'm sorry?
That's next week.
February meeting.
Yeah, exactly. So by April, you need a list in order to place orders.
Yes.
Hey, Paul, I have a question regarding the spring plantings. Have either of the contractors voiced any concern over spring plantings because of the summer weather?
I have not heard one word about that at all. Nothing.
They're okay with either spring or fall. They're okay with either.
Yeah, I've not heard anything, and we've been told now because the mayor lifted the emergency, we can now plant, and we don't have to worry about the watering at this point. Obviously, they want to conserve water as much as we can, but that said, it's not like it was before where there was a drought emergency.
Okay.
Okay, so as far as Tree City USA and the Growth Award goes, Paul, do you want to comment on that? I mean, that was due already, like the middle of January, so I'm assuming you submitted everything?
Yeah, I'm going to get into that. One other thing I just wanted to mention was available budget, just so that people have an idea with this ARPA money that we have between Economic and Community Development and the money that we have from ARPA for DPW TAC. We have right now the Olmsted contract has $305,327.75 remaining in it, and the Minutemen contract has $214,180 for a total of $519,507.75. That money is good until December of 2024 is when that has to be spent.
Oh, okay.
So we have $500,000 to spend between now and then. So we've got a lot of money for a lot of trees still to go.
It's a year and a half. It's really not that long, you know.
No,
it's
not
just
that long.
it's a handful of planting seasons, so it's really
Exactly.
not. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
And I can go into the Tree City USA. I'm going to share my screen with everybody right now because I want to show you this a spreadsheet that we are document that we put together just to give you an idea of where we ended up with everything. Recertification in 2022, we have a population now in Norwalk of 91,194. The total expenditure between everything, the volunteer groups, volunteer hours, the various city departments, planting, everything together was $888,074.08. That comes out to $974 per capita. Just to give you a comparison, in 2021, the population was 88,326. The expenditure was 803 or 3514, and we had
all those COVID babies.
Yeah, there's 2,868 more people in Norwalk now, but $9.10. So we ended up increasing our per capita of 64 cents per capita, and on top of it, we added 2,868 people. So.
Okay, well, I mean, we're spending what we need to spend per person, right?
$2 is what's required. So we're in great shape with that.
Which is interesting because it's more than double that required per student at the college for campus certification. You would think it would be the other way around.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Yeah.
So we turned in the tree campus certification. They're all due at the same time. So hopefully we'll hear back about the city and the campus, I guess within the next 2 months, probably.
Yeah, by Arbor Day, usually we hear. The Growth Award, we scored 15 points this year, 10 are required. We did something with the donation account through the new tree ordinance that we were able to set up because that got set up and officially funded this year. Grant applications, we had the 3 grants, 3 points there. Continuing education, we had these people, Jose, Christian, Carl, Stephen, and Jason that were sent for training. That gives us 3 points. Our normal tree planting projects that we had done throughout the year was 2 points. And then in departmental communication, planning tree planting events, Wilton Avenue, and in the East Avenue area that we did around Earth Day was 3 points. So we ended up exceeding that. And I always try to give a couple more just in case for some reason they didn't like something. It gives us a cushion. So we should be in good shape with that also. Any questions on that? I'll stop sharing the screen.
Just the Arbor Day Foundation in general is not very, I mean, they want people to be tree cities. They want tree campuses. So, and they've been especially forgiving over the last few years with the inability to do a lot of programming because of COVID. So as long as your materials are in, you know, on time and nothing is egregious, I think we are in really good shape.
Yeah, we'll be in great shape, definitely.
Yeah.
It's funny because the way things have gone now with the city, we've actually increased our programs over the last couple of years.
It makes sense. It absolutely makes sense. And we're still on target with Rowayton for Arbor Day.
Yes, the one thing I was going to mention on that is we've got a planning meeting that we're just finalizing the date on in the next couple of weeks. And at that planning meeting, we'll have the school. I've asked Jeff to be involved again from the Tree Alliance to do their speech that they give, Eversource and Olmsted and Minutemen also to be involved. And if anybody from the committee would like to be involved or speak, let me know and we'll plan accordingly.
Hey, Cindy, how are you?
Hi, so sorry about that. I'm sorry I'm late.
No, you're fine. You're fine. We heard you were in transit and we're just glad you arrived safely. So now that we have enough people, I wanted to just see if we could get the meeting minutes from the November 22nd meeting approved. I looked through them about 2 months ago, and I think they looked okay. I don't remember anything that really stood out to me, but it was a while ago. If anyone has a comment or wants a second.
I briefly looked through them before I left work and it seemed like it wasn't that long ago.
And it was a short meeting.
Comes with age.
All right, Peter, what'd you find?
I didn't find anything yet. I didn't find anything yet. And if I did, I'm not telling.
Stop.
Yep, Christmas tree is down on Wall Street, so that's all over with. I buy. Looks good to me.
All right, so then we move to approve the minutes from November 22nd.
Second.
All right. Is there any other business?
Just perhaps reminder that I'm still looking to get about 10 trees on the NRVT from the Norwalk Tree Alliance, the effort we put back in May of last year already. But I did get plans from Mike Yosak, so I do know what else is going on there. And they finally finished paving it. So, you know, I'll be working with Jeff and the Tree Alliance to do that.
Okay. Mike had informed me about a grant the other day too that they're trying to get for some more plantings related to that with the Tree Alliance too. So, and I'm not sure if you're aware of it or not, Peter, but if you've got any information that you really need from Mike, this week is the week to do it because Mr. Yosak resigned. He's going to be going to another job and his last day is Friday.
Okay, that's a good heads up. I believe he gave me what
Oh.
he did, but good to know, Mr. Paul. Thank you.
I just got one thing. My little brother was interested in sitting in. This meeting probably wasn't a good one to sit in on anyway, but if you all are interested in having him sit in, he is still interested.
Definitely.
Yeah, no, we absolutely are. Yeah, for sure, Cindy.
You didn't tell him too much about us, did you?
Just what he needs to know.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. He's on a need to know basis. All right. Well, this was short, sweet, and to the point. I move to adjourn.
It was me.
Second.
Well, I have
Second.
an off the record question for you.
Okay.
So we're adjourned, right?
You want to call me?
No. It's just,
No,
it's
let
just-
me do, oh, well, I can't.
No. No, it's fine. It just does. Photo Farm, do they charge to use the meeting room in the back? The barn in the back. Does the city charge for that, or is it just a permitting?
It's a permitting thing. If it's somebody using it, you have to go through Rex and Park. And you can talk with Rebecca Kovacs.
Okay, but is there a cost usually associated with it?
There can be, and it depending upon what the organization is. Like Tree Alliance, obviously, they're not going to charge them, but normally there is a charge to use it, and they also, I think, charge a deposit for cleanup fees in case.
They rent it out for parties and things, Peter. So there's a charge associated with it if you wanted to have like a barbecue birthday party over there. But if you're going to have some kind of a meeting and you speak to them, I don't think so.
It's a public meeting, so we'll do that.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think you'd be okay.
And a different hat I wear for a different hat.
Yeah,
All right.
Rebecca's the one to talk to for the reservations in the different facilities.
Fair enough.
All right, guys. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Thank you all.
And I'll see everybody February 28th, 6 p.m.
Great.
Have a good night.
Good night.